Hi everyone, this is Miss Hill, and we're back for Social Studies Lesson 2 on Westward Expansion, Lewis and Clark, and we're going to focus on multiple main ideas. I included a tool which some of you may know. Readers determine multiple main ideas by. Let's take a look at our strategy. Noticing the author's points and how he or she supports a claim. Read and ask, what topic is the author writing about? Step 2, think, what claim is the author making about the topic? And step 3, ask, how did they show their point? Then I want you to transfer this strategy into your independent work, and you can do that by using these prompts. So I copied for you my model here, but I'm actually going to take you to where I found this book, which is on Mayan, and it's called Discovering the West. So I'm just going to start you off here. I made some highlights and I also took some notes, and I can show you how to do that. So when you're on Mayan, you can do the same thing. And if I even wanted it to read to me, all I have to do is just hit play.
Chapter 2.
Preparing for the Great Adventure.
Preparing.
Jefferson asked his friend Meriwether Lewis to lead the expedition. Lewis invited his army buddy, William Clark, to be co-leader. The 29-year-old Lewis was bold and daring, but sometimes he lost his temper. Clark, 33, remained calm in any situation. Despite their very different personalities, Lewis and Clark worked well together. So here I just took my little jot, and I did that by clicking right here, this little pin, and then I placed it right there, and I started to type. So let's see my jot. Lewis asked Clark to be his co-leader because of his skills and knowledge he would provide during this time. And then I'm just going to click the pin again, and my note stays there. Planning for the unknown. Lewis and Clark chose about 45 men to join their team, which became known as the Corps of Discovery. Some of the Corps members were soldiers. Others could hunt and navigate boats. Lewis and Clark had a 55-foot-long, flat-bottomed keelboat made that could carry tons of supplies. Here's my other note. Lewis and Clark brought along a team with them who each had many different skills they needed to survive and help them in their expedition. We're going to read it a little bit more, and then I'm going to stop and show you a model. Lewis and Clark had no idea what type of weather they might face or what animals they would find to hunt along the way. They packed tons of foods, weapons, tools, and gifts for the American Indians. Lewis studied with top scientists so he could write about new animals and plants he discovered along the way. Wow, who would have even thought? Just to go on an expedition, he studied with top scientists? Wow, that's so interesting. So what I kind of just wrote down here was that Lewis and Clark had upcoming challenges they weren't sure how they would handle. That seems to be like the trend and the topic that this author is talking about. He also met with fur trappers and traders to learn all he could about what lay ahead. Clark trained the Corps members at Camp Du Bois, about 20 miles north of St. Louis, Missouri. The men learned to take orders and work as a team. When spring finally arrived, the Corps members prepared to depart. These courageous men had no idea how long the journey might take or what dangers they might face. But they knew they were starting the adventure of a lifetime. So Lewis and Clark became experts and studied with top scientists about the nature they might come across, such as plants and animals. And they really worked hard because, like the author says over here, they knew they were starting the adventure of a lifetime. And as you can see, like this is obviously something that went down in history and I'm sure was so important. So now I want to take you back to my tool. There's my model in case you want to refer back to it, or you could just go on Mayan. So here's what I wrote, and here's my expectation for you when you go off and try this work. The main topic is Lewis and Clark are being asked by the President of the United States to start an expedition. The claim the author is making is during this time they will come across many unknown challenges they do not know, but they wanted to be as prepared as possible, so they studied for their journey. For example, Lewis studied with top scientists about new plants, animals, and fur traders. The author proved the claim by taking us through the preparation of the expedition of Lewis and Clark. Another example is Clark prepared a crew of men to take orders and work as a team to support them along this journey. Now, I want you to try by using this Lewis and Clark Brain Pop video. You can click the link if it doesn't work or if you need to just type in the username and password. I left it here for you. I also have it right here. So you can just type in when you go to Brain Pop, you can just even search in the search bar Lewis and Clark and it should come right up. Then I want you guys to do exactly what I did right here. There's your goal. Student work. I even have the prompts all ready for you. Now, if you really want to be daring today on our social study lesson 2, stepping up the rigor. So we have another article attached for you, which is the Lewis and Clark expedition, and you will have a quiz that you will see right here in Google Forms. So this will all be on your document. Everything you need will be in one place. And if you get 100% on the quiz, watch out for a special message. All right, enjoy.